sports movie fans, and welcome to Locker Room Flicks Podcast. I am your host, Frank Sullivan, and with me is my co-host, Frank Darling. Frank, how are you this fine morning?
Beautiful, beautiful. Nice sunny day out there today. About 70-something degrees right now. It should be 90 before the day's out, but it's,
Well, that sounds rough, man.
Yeah, it's every day. You got to remember that.
Every day.
I don't know how little dog does it. She's out there in 94 degrees. She walks down the corner. I don't know how she does it.
Wow.
But yeah, Molly's a tough one. But yeah, it's a nice day out. It'll be a nice day today. How about you, buddy? How's the weather there?
Yeah, a little overcast.
Yeah.
It's starting to get cooler.
That's nice.
I think it's getting to the point where it's, especially in some mornings, it gets pretty chilly.
Right. Yeah.
It's funny. We went to the consignment for the baby for Stella, and we got packed away all her summer stuff.
Right.
Trying to get her more outfits because we don't really have a lot for the fall and winter.
Right. Yep.
Just because I was like, you put her in a dress. I'm like, I think we got to get no more dresses no more. It's getting chillier out.
It's getting cold. Yeah.
And they had it was like one of these events where they had UGG and North Face brands.
Really? At the consignment shop?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
So we ended up, again, we don't want to spend a fortune because,
I know.
again, we know she's going to outgrow it.
Yeah, right.
So we got her, I think, like one of the boots for UGGs. It was like $15.
Wow, really? That's excellent.
Not bad. Got our North Face. But we got a ton of stuff. Winter jacket.
That's smart.
Pants.
Yeah.
A few outfits.
Yeah.
We got a lot of stuff. And I think we spent maybe like $100 something bucks.
You would have spent $300-$400 if you went normal.
I mean,
you're smart.
The North Face and UGGs alone.
No, you're smart. That's the way to do it, especially at that age. She don't care what she's
She's going to outgrow it.
Yeah, she don't care what she's wearing. As long as she's warm, she's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's good. You're smart. That's the way to do it.
We did that yesterday. Got all of our clothes out. And we actually had the anatomy scan for the little one.
Oh, you did?
So yeah, they scan a lot. You see like the spine,
really?
The heart, the brain, the eyes. Yeah, they scan everything.
That's crazy.
She's got to go back, I guess, in another 2 weeks or something for they call it a fetal echo. So that's where they do more of they try to do more of an in-depth scanning of the heart, I guess.
Okay. Yep.
That's Friday the 10th. So I think that's after, right? Yeah. That's after they leave, right?
No. Who?
No.
Maria?
Okay.
Friday the 10th?
Yeah.
No, they don't leave until like the 12th.
Okay.
13th. But Maria won't.
We'll figure it out.
Maria won't be here that Friday.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
She'll be at the game probably. So.
Gotcha.
And if she is,
all right.
she's here. It doesn't matter. They don't need me. I mean, going to
that's true.
So it doesn't really matter. Yeah.
But yeah, so that'll be that, and then like I said, we're just gonna getting ready for holidays coming up.
Oh boy. Yeah, I got Linda.
Fast.
I got Linda's plane ticket. She's all set.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, coming up for.
She'll be there the 17th, I think, of October. Yeah. So she's all set. Yep.
Good to hear.
Yeah.
I think that's all I got for right now.
All right. You ready?
Do you want to intro to the movie?
Yeah, let's do it. Here we go. Introduction to the movie. The movie was called Challengers.
Yes.
Release date April 26, 2024. Box office info. Budget was $55 million. Opening weekend $15 million, and it grossed $94 million. The director, it's a tough one, Luca Guadagnino, looks like, starring Zendaya as Tashi Donaldson, Mike Faist as Art Donaldson, Haley Gates as Helen, and Josh O'Connor as Patrick Zwig. That's about it. Those are the main actors. There's not much else in that.
You're right.
Yeah. Simple synopsis: Tashi, a former tennis prodigy turned coach, transformed her husband into a champion. But to overcome a recent losing streak and redeem himself, he'll need to face off against his former best friend and Tashi's ex-boyfriend. Awards, it had 10 nominations, 2 wins. The runtime, 2 hours and 11 minutes. We'll get back to that later. I watched it on Prime. Did you watch it on Prime also? Okay.
I did as well.
Okay. All right, and that's it. So next coming up is Frank's 5 fun facts. What do you got, Frank?
All right. It wasn't too. There was a decent amount of. But anyways, to prepare for her role, Zendaya spent 3 months with pro tennis player turned coach Brad Gilbert. Do you know who that is, or have you heard of her?
No, I don't know. I really don't. I don't keep up with tennis much anymore. I have an idea who's still out there, but I don't.
Well,
I used to watch tennis all the time as a kid.
Really? Yeah. Well, I got a little bit of background of him. Basically, he's a former tennis player, coach, and commentator and analyst for ESPN.
Oh, okay.
During his career, he won 20 single titles and achieved a career-high singles ranking of the world, number 4, in 1990.
Oh, it's that far ago. Okay, that far. Okay.
Yeah, so he's an older guy.
Yeah.
He and had a career high of doubles ranking in the world, number 18, 4 years prior. He won a bronze medal at the 1988 Olympics and both a gold medal and a gold and silver medal at the 1981 Maccabi Games. Maybe there's another Olympics before that. I don't know.
That's pretty impressive, though.
But yeah, no, I mean, he knows what he's doing.
Yep, definitely. I mean, he's not one of the top household names, but that's pretty impressive for somebody that wasn't.
No, I know. I know. Mm-hmm. And let's be honest, too, when you go through like the names of tennis, there's not really a lot of, besides Andy Roddick.
Federer.
Federer, the other one. There's not a lot of household names. And the Williams sisters.
Yeah, and then way back, Ivan Lendl, Jimmy Connors, those kind of guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Fact number 2, the majority of the tennis balls hit during the movie are CGI, as it was too difficult to achieve the cinematic style using real balls. So, give you an idea.
Yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense.
I remember they were showing it in Forrest Gump. Remember when he's doing the ping pong?
Yes.
Balls he's hitting against. They CGI'd that too.
Yeah.
I think he's hitting it, but it just
looks good, though, don't it?
Yeah, it sure does.
Yeah.
Fact number 3. So they originally scheduled to release on September 15th of 2023. However, it was delayed to April of this year, 2024, due to the strike, the writer's strike, basically, which that delayed a lot of things.
That delayed everything. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So.
Excuse me. Fact number 4. So this is kind of like a what if. So they had Austin Butler and Timothy Chalamet were considered for the role of Art Donaldson, and then also there's a few other names for Patrick. So you had Austin Abrams, Jacob I can't say his last name, or Deldy, and Dominic Fike were considered for the role of Patrick. So I don't know if you know who any of those guys
Patrick
are.
Zwilly. Well, I know Austin Butler.
You know
Timothy Chalamet.
You know Austin Butler.
And Chalamet is from Willy Wonka, the new Willy Wonka.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That would have been weird because he's also in the movie Dune with her.
Yes, he is. Very good.
So
that's interesting.
I feel like that. I watched. I couldn't really get into. It's a long movie. I started the first Dune.
I know. I want to watch it so bad. I really do. I really want to watch it, but I could probably. I don't know if she would like it, but I think I could watch it if I can get through it at the beginning. But
it's fine. It's funny you say that. It's hard. It's hard when you try to watch something without your spouse. Especially like something like long like that. It's hard. That's why she doesn't watch any of the Marvel movies, so I find it hard to I gotta watch something. All those movies are long.
Well, yeah. But if she's like when she goes for the 4 days, there's a few things I'm gonna watch. You don't care for, so I'm gonna finish. There you go. I'll just get something to eat and binge them.
Mm-hmm.
But that's fine. She does the same thing. She watches shows when I'm not here a lot of times. She'll watch shows I don't watch, so I don't have a problem with it. So
Shows are not too bad. It's the movies
movies are
that
tough.
take a while.
Yeah.
She's also here by herself throughout the day.
Yeah, I get it.
And it's kind of like she watches a bunch of stuff while she's home.
Yep.
Maria
does the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Mm.
And my last fact was that they said through the tennis match in the modern day, which takes place in one afternoon, it was filmed across 3 weeks at all times of the day, in full sun and under clouds, with temperatures ranging from the 40s to the 19s to the teens. There was even one day a mass pollen release by some nearby trees that tinted the whole set.
Really?
And
wow.
Yeah, I guess when it had to be removed until it didn't be removed until the rain hit the next day.
Right.
So it just gives you an idea of how it's funny because they're sweating a lot in those matches.
They are. They really are. Yeah.
Which is kind of funny because now it's like they probably just I don't know if they maybe sprayed them down a bit.
Yeah, sprayed them. Yeah, roll it.
But I mean, if you're running back and forth, you can still sweat.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. No.
However, if it's that cold,
I know. I didn't. I didn't even know that. I didn't see that. That's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize that. Wow. So they were just trying to say is they basically did this in a different. They did it in different, like almost like a winter time.
Yeah, winter time.
Right.
Yeah. Well,
but not snowing.
I don't.
Was this California?
Correct.
I forgot where this was.
That's
done.
kind of what I'm trying to look at locations. No, it says.
Where is it?
Massachusetts.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, maybe a fall day, maybe a fall or something like that.
So Massachusetts. Yeah, you see that too. It's funny. Talking about The Office. They filmed that in California.
Right.
But the location is supposed to be not Jersey, Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay. All right.
So it's like a New England type thing. So they film scenes where it's supposed to be snowing and they're wearing jackets out.
Yeah, right.
And it's like 100 degrees out there.
That's funny.
You legit hear about them actually putting up the giant tarps to keep the shade out.
Really? Yeah. That's crazy.
The magic of Hollywood, right?
Yeah, it is amazing. It is amazing what they can do, especially today, even more and more.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so now, how do we want to break this movie down? This is brand new. It's brand new for the both of us, correct?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Just one thing where we start. It didn't need to be 2 hours and 11 minutes. I'm cutting right to the chase there. We'll go from there.
I agree.
No way. This movie could have been
an
hour and 40 minutes, an hour and a half. That's all. Mm-hmm. But whatever. Okay. So I got that out of the way for all the people listening.
Correct. No, I agree with that. It was a little too long. What are your overall thoughts? Enjoyed it or what?
It was okay. The tennis part was pretty cool. I enjoyed that.
I agree 100%.
Yeah, some of the other stuff in that was a little off, almost X-rated.
Off brand for you?
As far as I'm concerned. Yeah, that was a little weird, but whatever. You can go online and check that stuff out. In the movie, a little different. You know what I'm saying? Right. We're not going to go too far with that, but leave it at that.
The tennis play was amazing.
It was very well done.
Awesome. The camera shots. I put one of the clips. They got the actual view from the tennis ball.
I know that's
which was pretty awesome. I'd never seen anything but like that before. I think they showed. Trying to think, in one of the bowling movies, they had the Big Lebowski. They show the camera view from the bowling ball.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But no, it was really cool seeing the tennis play and see his one shot where he hits through his legs.
Yeah, that's cool.
That was pretty sick.
Yeah, it was, and I liked the way that I learned some stuff too. I knew this, but I didn't really pay. John McEnroe used to do all the time. When you do what do you call it, language, when you swear and stuff, you do get penalized for that.
Really?
Yeah.
So I was going to look that up, but I didn't get a chance to. And I would imagine.
Yeah,
so
you really do. So
it's funny.
That was interesting too. That part of it, and again, remember, there's a lot of that's a lot of hard effort, a lot of hard work in this, to be a tennis player. So
I'm telling you, those guys are ripped. Great shape.
No doubt about it. Well, we can get into some of the characters. I mean, Zendaya, Mike Faist, and Josh O'Connor, I thought did a nice job. considering they're not tennis players. So
I don't know where all this budget went to because I mean,
no,
she's the only one that's really got any clout to her.
I
name.
agree with you.
I haven't heard any of the other people. I haven't heard of Mike Feist.
Well, Mike Feist is from West Side Story, the new one.
Gotcha.
With Spielberg and the Bike Riders, the new one with Austin Butler
I'm looking that up now.
Yeah.
Actually. Yep.
So he's from that. Now I'm not saying at the top of the line. I'm just saying, but he was in those two. And Josh O'Connor played in The Crown, the series The Crown about he was King Charles or King
Gotcha.
The other one.
Okay, so they got a little bit of clout.
A little bit, but not like her. She's in everything. She's in all.
Have you watched that show Euphoria?
Yes.
That I mean, I think I don't know if she got an Oscar for that. I'm sure she probably did. But for her scenes alone in that, if you want to really get a good idea of drug addiction, that show is perfect to watch. Because I mean, it's sad and scary.
I know.
Because I know there's all sorts of other shit in it.
Yeah, I know.
But it really she really plays a great role in that.
Yeah. They go back and forth in this movie a lot. It was a little confusing at times.
I agree with that too.
I was trying to figure it out a little bit here and there, but once
I liked because you kind of again it's a love. It's ultimately this movie came out to a love story, love triangle.
You're exactly right.
So you needed to give that background.
I agree.
But it did jump around too much, and
yeah.
I agree with you 100%.
Yeah. And well, Zendaya makes you want to watch it again. So that first scene in the they are with her. I didn't know at the time that was her husband. I thought it might have been her brother, but then I see the way they were dressed, and that was a really good shot right there. So that was good. Zendaya is a beautiful girl. So but and they're ripped, those two guys. They're not no slouches. He's a little grubby, the other one, but they grubbed him up for the movie. I mean, but
it's funny because. I was looking when we first started it. I'd said nudity. I was like,
Here we go. It wasn't the nudity you thought.
No, she ain't getting nude. I mean, we had to show her in very,
and very
suggestive stuff, but
a
lot of male nude. I saw that coming right away. I was like,
here we go.
Those two, a lot of penises.
I said, here we go. What's going on?
Those two.
I said to Linda, I said, what did Frankie get me into now? Woo. So you never saw this before then?
No, I saw a lot of hype around the scenes with her.
Right, I understand.
And it's a newer movie, so I figure, we try to get...
No, that's fine. That's fine.
She's popular.
Oh, she is. No doubt about it.
And did you catch the Spider-Man reference?
Yeah,
her daughter asked to see if they could watch Spider-Verse.
In the Spider-Verse, yes, very good. Mm-hmm. I did see that.
It's funny because I was telling Casey, I was like, did you get that reference? That because she's dating the Spider-Man, but then I totally forgot. I was like, she's in the Spider-Man movies.
Yeah, she's in them and she's dating them. Yes.
Yeah, she's dating them. Yeah.
When they said the Spider-Verse, I said, Linda, you got to love it. They threw that in.
Yeah,
there.
Absolutely. No, that was great. Yeah.
I didn't know they did this in these. Zendaya said, I don't know if you saw this. I'm sure you did. We had an intimacy coordinator, which was fantastic and very helpful because it was important that we felt safe. So I guess you got to be careful. You don't. I know they're actors. Don't get me wrong, but you got to be careful. You don't lose yourself in the movie.
So. And again, I'm into like the other podcasts, and I hear these rewatch ones of all, like Boy Meets World and The Office,
right?
And it's very interesting because when you see a lot of scenes where the kid he's making out with the girl on the bed,
right?
And he was like, we didn't have now intimacy coach is a normal thing now.
Yes, right.
But back then, there was no such thing.
No.
It was most likely a scene, a room full of men,
right?
And even like Boy Meets World, there was a teenage girl with a teenage boy both together on the bed.
Yeah,
there was no direction. There was there was nothing like that. So and again, it was a time, but the intimacy coach, especially, so, I mean, when you get into these hardcore, not hardcore scenes, but
I understand what you're saying.
it was graphic.
Oh, yeah. Well, that scene where she's on the bed there, sitting there, and they're, I knew that was coming. I could see that a mile away, and they're kissing her.
Yep.
And then they start kissing. Well, they're really kissing. So, I mean, it's not like they're not, no, but they're actors. You got to remember, they are actors. They're not.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that part of it, but I guess they have to make sure they make it so they know what's, you know what I'm trying to say? So, what to do
or what not to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
exactly. Because it is a movie, remember. It's not it's not real. They probably do think she's hot, both of them, but
I'm sure.
But I'm sure they got girlfriends themselves or wives or whatever. So
yeah, you're right. It's funny. I was thinking about it this morning when I watched it, and this whole movie comes down to her using them both.
You're exactly right.
Notice that. And then now I'm thinking in that scene, the first scene where the guys start kissing, which I saw that coming.
Yeah, a mile away. Yeah.
And she just kind of lays back and she starts smiling, and it's kind of like, "Ha, I got you."
She's loving it.
Yeah, and she says, she's like, "I don't want to be a homewrecker," but ultimately, she was a homewrecker for them. You think it's like they have a girlfriend? It was like, no, she got in between the both of them.
Did. She was a head case, and she did a job on them.
You're right.
Yeah.
Especially after getting hurt.
Yeah.
Not playing it ever again.
I know.
That
was tough. That was a tough scene.
Oh, that scene was brutal.
Man.
She uses Art for his tennis.
Yep.
And Patrick for the sex, and it's just she used them both, and
exactly, very good. That's what the movie was all about.
I was like, they were shitty friends to each other. They were just like, but they're in a thing, but you're gonna like constantly like beat each other down, and again, maybe that's the competitiveness and the like the tennis back and forth.
Oh, definitely, yeah, definitely. Okay, so we got that. We went through that, and we'll just go through some other stuff here that they said. I was just reading this. It said, so that they actually play tennis. This is what somebody said. Yes and no. The cast trained together for 6 weeks, so they all did, at a country club outside Boston, like you said, Massachusetts.
Yep.
Coached by Gilbert with help from his wife, Kim Gilbert. Faced had played in high school, which both helped and hurt. So I guess they mean, okay, you're in high school, but this isn't high school now. I think that's what they meant. And then it said, I give this is a tough word to say. I give the realisticness of the tennis being played by Zendaya, Face, and O'Connor a solid 8.5 out of 10. The trio trained with real life tennis coach. It's going to say the same thing. Commentator Brad Gilbert for 3 months to get the tennis motions down. So a lot of that stuff they did do was real. You know what I mean? So that's impressive when you think about it. Take these people that don't play at all.
And I think you're right, and I think too is like there's one thing like you could show them hitting the ball, but the back and forth to do that probably be a lot.
Yeah, but I'm sure maybe a couple of those volleys, some of them, were legit. I don't think that many, but I think them hitting the ball, and we're forgetting too. Linda made a good point. She says you see her when Zendaya's hitting the ball back to the girl, back to the girl, back to the girl. It's probably a machine on the other side. Just feeding the balls. So you don't see where the balls are going. It just shows the girl.
I agree with that.
Yeah, so I'm sure that's the way they did it. But you still got to be able to hit it. And you got to know what you're doing playing tennis. I've tried.
Well, you got to make it look realistic, too.
Exactly.
You still have to be able to. Sure, you can go out there and possibly hit a ball, but, when it looks like it's supposed to go this way, but it goes that way, the audience is going to know
exactly.
Right away.
You see her back in with the two hands? That's what a lot of women do. They use two hands, So, for a backhand. But that's there's like I said, there's a lot to it. But I thought they did a really nice job for the little bit they were out there playing. I think so that's pretty cool. Let's see.
What else? I'm trying to think what else I got. I like the nickname they came up with. It was Fire and Ice. Thought that was pretty cool.
That was good. Yeah.
They were pretty creepy, in the beginning scene where he's like, they were like almost, well, at least what's his face was, Patrick. They were like following him, following around, waiting for her to get done.
Yeah, well, I think they were, but I think they were infatuated at that point with the tennis she was playing. I know that sounds real crazy, but the tennis she was playing, yeah, and her, of course, too.
She's beautiful. Yeah,
but you know what I'm saying? They were infatuated with it. I think because they played. So, and you got to remember too, we forget all about this in the beginning. Did you hear how many championships he had won and 4 Grand Slams? So this kid was older too. Remember what he says? I don't want to play till I'm 40 years old anymore. He didn't have to play anymore. They didn't have to play anymore. Had all the money in the world, but she couldn't play. And like you said, she wanted him to live to continue live through him. Yeah.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right, though. It was over 1 year before it was released, so it was done in 2023.
Yeah.
Did you see the first names of Art, Tashi, and Patrick? I kind of figured this out a little bit when I was watching it.
Oh, yeah.
It's an acronym. It spells ATP, the Association of Tennis Professionals. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like them little things they throw in there.
Little Easter egg, right?
Little Easter egg. I like that. Let's see. This is interesting. The new Rochelle umpire, the one that they did in the thing there, is played by Darnell Appling, an assistant to Zendaya. Must be somebody that works for him. To prepare for his role, Appling took professional umpire lessons. Didn't know you could do that.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
I saw that too.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Well, I think we know is you take care of your people, right?
That's right. Yeah.
And he did a good job. He didn't it wasn't like he didn't kill the movie or anything like that,
No. How about the beginning with him? He's got no money. Zawik,
yeah.
Patrick Zawik.
He has nothing. Bumming around.
Yeah, that was interesting too. But he never made it. See, we're forgetting that. He never made it to that pinnacle like the other guy did. He never made it. He just never made it to that point.
And I think she says something. She's like, "Go run home to mommy and daddy" or something. So it looks like he comes from money.
Yes. Yes. Who are you talking about? You talking about Face?
Patrick.
Oh, Patrick, yeah.
Like he comes from money, and you see he's got his phone's got a crack in it. He's got $70 doing it. I called that thing when he's like he's gonna try to hook up. As soon as he goes on the Tinder, I think it was Tinder, the app or something. He starts swiping. He's trying to find a match. He's trying to find a hookup so he can stay somewhere. Perfect.
I like that. That actually was not a bad idea. Oh, that was fun.
No.
And then she pops up out of nowhere. And yeah.
Did you think she was gonna? I knew right away. She's gonna sleep with him.
Oh yeah.
That is shitty.
You see him do the ball thing?
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was worth $1 million right there.
He does the ball thing like he did before.
Yes.
And then they kind of had this moment together, he's obviously yeah, I slept with her, yeah,
right.
And then he almost kind of forgets all about her after that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It seemed like he almost like they were back together again.
Right.
The two of them.
Right. Well, you see when she basically tells him to lose in the end.
Yeah.
That's up in the air what happened anyways, but still. But it's so messed up. And he couldn't remember too. He never beat him. I didn't realize that. He could never beat him.
Yeah.
So
you still don't find out at the end if he does.
No, you really don't.
Which was weird how they ended it. I don't know if I kind of like it. How you just see them going back and forth, and then you just don't know whether he won or not. I don't know. Maybe I have to watch it again.
Well, he jumps up. Well, the last shot he makes. I have to. Unfortunately, I don't want to go to the end, but I have to say it. That last shot, he goes up over the net and hits it, and he catches him because he's going to fall.
Yeah.
That pretty much tells you the whole thing right there. That's it. They were like lovers. That's what they were.
Yeah, they love each other. I know. And
I don't know what happened. I know she screamed and all that stuff in the end, but to me, I think she lost out. Sorry, I don't think she won that battle. I don't know, but they leave it up in the air. They even say it. There's no answer. So,
I know.
But yeah, I know there wasn't really too much in this. I mean, we went through a lot of this stuff. I mean, we could probably talk a little bit more, but I'm just saying it was a lot of, like you said, they go back to show what their relationship was. They had to do that.
Yeah.
So
it's funny how they try to age him down.
Oh yeah.
And they just kind of mess up his hair.
I like that. Yeah.
And he kind of automatically looks younger.
Yeah. And remember, they both went to Stanford too. Her and her and Tashi both went to Stanford
Yeah.
playing for a college team. Yeah. So that's college. So she must have played. See, I was a little confused with that because she played college tennis, but did she? Oh, you can play.
She didn't go. She didn't go pro yet.
She didn't
She
go
was
pro
waiting.
yet. Okay.
Because she tells them, she's like, which again we've seen this in some of the other movies. It's like, you don't want to go pro before you're ready. She's like, I'm getting an education.
Right.
You know,
exactly.
it's like, what am I gonna? Well, she says it like almost kind of like, what am I gonna do if it doesn't work out? Or
Yeah.
you know, she's like, I'm getting an education. So
yeah, you're right. You know what was missing? No, I thought in this, the only thing missing in this movie. No, I mean, and for whatever the movie is, I thought there was a fourth person missing. If you know what I'm trying to say, there really wasn't a fourth person there that much. There really wasn't nobody else that all cameos of people, but nobody that could have really, like her mother, her father, or you know what I'm trying to say. There was
that's what I'm trying to get at with like the budget is like that they really was just the three of them.
Yeah, I know.
They didn't have like another coach.
No.
You didn't see him like. You didn't see her really coach him that much.
No.
She just kind of like, you just assume it. There wasn't like a trainer or like anyone else. That's why the budget kind of like, I'm like, where'd this go?
Yeah.
You know, because just the three of them.
I know.
And what happened what was that windstorm that they were in? I thought that was Twister.
I think that was there for a reason. I think it signified something.
Okay.
I think where
he gets in the car, remember?
Because for like just that crazy windstorm, I don't know if it was kind of like it had to stand for something.
I agree with you. I agree. You're probably right.
He just threw it in there for no reason. You know what I mean?
I know. Yeah.
And to make it so important, I guess it just it said this. I think it was something.
So why do you think she married Art?
Art. He is the safe bet.
Safe bet. Very good. Okay. But the
safe bet again. She was like, that way he does whatever you want. You know.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, right. And the other guy was just her. I'm not gonna say it on the air.
Her boy toy, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
She always went to him when she was.
Yeah. She's like, you could. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I know. I'm trying to think what else here.
Let me see
this director too. He doesn't have too many credits to his name. He's got like 36 credits.
Yeah, I didn't really look into him.
I'm trying to look at anything else that I've that's coming up to mind. Let's see here. I don't see much. He's got another project with Timothy Chalamet. Most of those people who I was telling you that were up for other roles.
Yes.
3 of the guys were from Euphoria.
Oh, really? Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
So that's kind of why, and with the male nudity, I thought this guy. I was like, I wonder if this is the director from Euphoria or someone,
but he
part of that project. But
he's not. No.
So I don't know. But I mean, he's an Italian director, so I'm sure he's probably got a bunch of stuff that came out in Italy or
it might be
a lot of foreign films.
A lot of times that's what they do. It's a little tidbit. There's no bearing on the movie, but it says Patrick taking a bite out of the churro and letting Art take one was unscripted. Josh O'Connor was starving. It was the first time he read churros. So there's always little tidbits in there that are you think it's set in the movie, but it's not.
But I mean, it worked out well.
It did, yeah.
And again, you see him kind of like, look at that, cute. He's like feeding him.
I know. Yeah, like you said, it was a love triangle, and I think when he caught him in the end, like I said, I think that pretty much summed it up. So
well, I think he was like, "Yep, we're together now.
Yep.
Screw you,
exactly."
It's just like, God, how obsessed can you be about her?
Oh my God, Jesus!
But I saw one of the shirts they were wearing. They were calling, was it the Dunkinator? I think they had a shirt with about Tashi. It was like one of her fans.
Yes. Yeah.
I thought that was kind of pretty funny.
That was, yeah.
Let's see here. don't know if I got anything really else. Pretty much talked about most of the movie.
Oh, I didn't notice it. I was noticing this. I read this. I didn't understand it, but I guess all actresses who played the main love interest of Spider-Man, and listen to this, in the different franchises of this century, also took over the role of professional tennis player. I'm just going to shoot through real quick.
Yep.
Kirsten Dunst, she played Lizzie. I'm not saying I know these people, but Lizzie Bradbury in Wimbledon, 2004. Must have been a movie. Emma Stone played Billie Jean King. I know who that is. In The Battle of the Sexes. And Zendaya plays Tashi Duncan. So it's funny, the Spider-Man people, Spider-Man girls, ended up all playing tennis players. That's interesting.
I don't know. Maybe
based on true stories. So Lizzie Bradbury's a real person, and I know Billie Jean King, of course, is. Tashi isn't, but that's pretty interesting, though, that they're all from Spider-Man, and they all, But that's about it. There's not much else. I think we covered pretty much everything.
Yeah. All right. You want to do ratings then?
Yeah. You can go first. I'm dying to see this one.
So I got a 7.2, which is I don't know. I don't know. Again, I'm trying to think about this movie.
I'm not.
I don't want to say it was a bad movie. I mean, I probably wouldn't watch it again. I don't know what to. The action was great. Tennis play was great.
Yeah, tennis play was good. Yeah.
It ultimately is a love story. It was a love triangle between the three of them.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm gonna go with a 6.5.
Okay.
That may be a little generous. I think the movie was way too long.
It was.
I think you had to cut out a bunch of scenes.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
And I didn't like how they jumped around too. You could have still had the flashbacks.
I agree.
And and kept those in there, but it just jumped around a lot, so it got kind of confusing. And the fact that they didn't really, again, to age these guys up or to show them look younger, they just kind of gave him messy hair and he looks like a kid. That was really it. It's not like they go from clean shaving to full gray beards. Really, they don't look too much different.
They don't. I agree with you there. That's a good point. All right, so
it was interesting. I think a lot of the I'll say a lot of the camera work was really cool. I will say that.
Yes, I agree.
With the tennis balls, and even too, you see the sweat dripping down, and I thought that was really cool. But other than that, I mean, again, that's about. There wasn't really a soundtrack in this either, which I don't know.
No, there
where
wasn't.
the budget went to. It was all this weird, not techno, but
yeah.
I don't know what you want to call it, but it was weird.
Yeah, I feel the same way you do. I thought budget $55 million. That's a lot of money. Sorry,
mm-hmm.
Zendaya must have got most of it. She had to.
Absolutely.
I don't know who else got it.
Yeah,
I don't. Most of the scenes were. Who knows? There was that one tennis court and some other stuff. That doesn't cost nothing to rent those places out. So I mean, I didn't.
Oh, I know.
And a few of the rooms they were in the car and all that stuff. This is a tough one for me. It was too long. I'm going with you 6.5. I'm going to give it I'm sorry. I'm going to give it a 6. That's it. Sorry.
That's fine.
I can't give it any more than that. I got to compare it to other stuff, and I know it's a love triangle, but it's
Yeah.
So that's it. I give it a 6. I think that's my lowest all year, but we end up
probably. I mean, what can we do? Again, they all can't be winners.
No, they can't.
You learn something new every time you watch a new movie, right?
But you covered it. You covered tennis, and that was good. We have to cover tennis something.
Yes. So we have, let's see here. Well, as far as our extra innings, anything you want to focus on, again, I for the fans out there, we're getting ready for Halloween season, so I started watching the Daryl Dixon show.
Yep.
I forget what it's called. But that's about Daryl Dixon and his kind of spin-off show. I watched the first episode. I liked it. It's different.
Yes.
It's funny when you see him, and I like the whole fact of scavenging for stuff.
Yep.
Bare bones, you get to
Yeah.
Walking Dead towards the end. They're all souped up. They got everything.
I know. You're right.
You know, it's almost like it's too easy. And then I like the fact of, you know, the zombies. You're fighting with the zombies.
Yeah.
At the end, it got to me like we're fighting more with the people.
I know. Well,
you know?
yeah, I know, but that's real life.
I know it happens, but, you know.
Yeah, no, I know.
It's almost like the threat of the zombies goes away, and it's more on the humans.
Yeah. Well, that's the way it would be, though. Unfortunately, it would be
correct.
Everybody wants to have they need food, gas, whatever. And it's what's funny about it? It's funny at the Olympics. I had no idea. The Olympics was going to be in France until I went to England, and the lady says, "Oh yeah, we're having the Olympics here next year." I had no idea. If you notice, a lot of these movies I've watched lately here and there, they're all based on France or something.
Wow.
I don't think that's what do you call it? I think that's planned that way. I think it's all planned that way. Yes. So.
Wow.
But yeah.
Do you got anything you want to highlight or?
I'm watching White Collar. It's from 2009. It's like this guy gets out of prison and helps them because he's very good at what he does. He helps them find other people. Yeah. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and the other one you said, we wanted. We have a lot of stuff on our plate now, and I'm watching the Mets trying to get to the playoffs. What was that other one? Perfect. What was that? Yours? Perfect Ones or?
Perfect Strangers. You finished it?
No, I didn't start it yet. No, Perfect Strangers. Right? What it is?
Perfect Strangers.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't do that one yet. Or Perfect Couples. What is it?
Yeah,
I forgot what it was. There's like 6 episodes, something like that.
The Perfect Couple, yeah, with Nicole Kidman.
Yeah. I think Maria has watched that. So too.
We ended up finishing. It's called A Small Light. I think I mentioned it last.
Yeah, she did. Yeah.
About the group of people that hide Anne Frank.
Right.
It's on Disney Plus. It was a very good series.
I think Linda would like that. I would like it too.
It was very good. I got to be honest. We both kind of teared up a little bit at the end.
Yeah.
It's sad. You see what happens and.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately,
definitely.
It was an awful time to live in.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I got. Next movie is we're gonna get into our holiday movies. We're gonna do Hocus Pocus. So
that'll be fun.
Nice change of pace.
Yeah.
And should be interesting.
All right, buddy.
So, all right. You got anything else?
That's it. You have a good day.
All right.
Oh, good luck today.
Yeah, we'll see.
I got the real Rogers last week.
Did you?
Thursday. Yeah.
I know you guys did pretty well.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's the ball game.